Hey guys, what's up? Here with the 13th man. This is Rick Bigger and
Mike McGonigal.
Mike McGonigal. Hey, we're here to talk about self-defense tools today. There's a cool article that I saw on Facebook. It was talking about using your keys, why that's ineffective. I can't remember who wrote the article, but I picked it up on Active Self-Protection's Facebook page. It's a great website or a great Facebook page that does video breakdowns of different encounters, so check those guys out too. But so they were talking about your keys. So big time, here are my keys right here to show you guys, but big time, you hear a lot of women say that they just put their keys between their fingers. So this is kind of be a way right there to demonstrate it, so they can punch somebody with their keys. I've seen it done a multitude of ways, people holding it and putting one of them. And the article breaks it down about why that's, one, ineffective, two, kind of dangerous to yourself. Mainly just all around a bad idea. So if you haven't had a chance to read the article, I'll break it down for you real quick. But basically, kind of old wives' tale, whatever, is I can put this key right here, and then you can use a multitude of hands if you have multiple keys, or a multitude of fingers, excuse me, if you have multiple keys. To make like these little spikes that come up through your hands there.
I'm serious. I dare you to go outside and hit a punching bag right now.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. And
no.
One, because it'll just hurt me, but it's completely ineffective. But so I'm holding on. Let's just use one for demonstration purposes here. But I got this key poking out, and the old wives' tale being that I'm going to punch somebody with that, and then that's going to really hurt them really bad. One, that's ridiculous. Okay, this key's not that sharp. This is not a fixed object in any way. This is not hard enough. It's just going to twist and roll in my hand.
Probably cut you up.
And it's going to make my punch less effective because I'm going to be trying to use the key instead of just hitting them. But I've heard they're going to scratch their eyes with them, all this stuff they're going to do, whatever. It's not going to work. One that's really hard, a lot harder than you would think to, when you get attacked, that you're just going to reach out and you're going to scratch somebody's eyeball with that key. That's a little ridiculous. They're a moving dynamic target, and you're going to hit them with this little bitty object at a speed that's great enough to actually injure their eyeball. There's pretty low likelihood that that's going to happen. You can't grip this very well because of the keys that are in here, and when you hit, it's not going to be that effective.
Very clumsy.
Yeah, it's just not a very good idea. So what else? I'm always talking about what doesn't work a lot, maybe more than I should. So
no, what doesn't work I think is more important. That way they understand and they don't mess with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys an option. So what's the option? So what do I like? So there's the upgrade from the keys is what's called the cat tool, which is the thing you see you put on, has two little cat ears. Extremely popular with women. If you've ever been to Self-Defense 101, I let Mike punch me with a cat tool to demonstrate how much it doesn't work as well. It does hurt a little bit, but
it hurts my hand more than it hurts him.
Yeah, I think we've drawn blood with it one time.
Yeah.
But it's pretty ineffective, and that's during the seminar. Usually I'm not angry, sometimes I am, but usually I'm not angry. I'm not a drunken, infuriated attacker or something, so even on a completely calm person like me that hits me, it's ineffective.
No, in fact, the more I hit you with it, the less harder. I don't hit you as hard because the more it hurts my hand.
Yeah,
I don't like using it, so I have no faith in it. So I don't hit as hard with it. So
they have some of those out there that do work. I bring one to the seminar that's a different type. It has much bigger ears on it for the cat. It's made out of a better material.
It's thicker.
Costs a little bit more. It's much thicker. And it's actually made to go on your hand. It is viable for that to work, but it's still not that effective.
Right.
So when we talk about what's going to be effective, we first have to talk about what stops an attack. So one of the things I learned through the YouTube study is that I have to be able to incapacitate the person, or at least hurt them bad enough that they choose to take, the damage is not worth the gain anymore. So a cat tool that's going to put a little bitty cut on you and not penetrate very deep, it's not going to blind me, it's not going to break something, it's not going to cut my airway off.
It's not persuasive enough.
Yeah, so it's just not enough. So they're not as effective as you think they'd be. But they don't cost a lot, and they take very little training, so they are popular. So it's kind of a risk-reward scale, and it's a training versus ability to use the tool scale when we're talking about tools. So I can't tell all of you to go buy a $1,000 handgun and then spend $5,000 next year training with it. That's not possible for all of you. But that handgun would probably be the most effective of all the tools. But
It also requires the most training.
the
most money.
costs the most, and holds the most liability, versus the cat, which doesn't hold a lot of liability, doesn't cost very much, takes very little training. But it's not as effective either. So it's a balancing act.
Yeah, it is.
Different for every individual what they choose. So what do you like? What do I like as far as blunt striking tools? You have what's called the Kubotan. It's an old Japanese tool, been used a lot. They've been around forever. This is two different variations of them, so you can see that. But one of them has a bigger point on it. It has the finger grips. This is the most popular of them. This is the same one, a little bit different design. Doesn't have the fingers on it, and it's not as sharp on top, but it still has a point. I don't care. This is my personal keychain right here. I'm going to use it to kind of demonstrate what you can do. These are really effective. These are used as blunt weapons where I can grip the back of my tools and I can strike somebody with these. This is made out of aluminum. These come in heavier metals. They also come in Lexan hard plexiglass plastic. They're all effective. I like the aluminum one. It's light enough that I can use it without changing the speed of my punch, but it's also hard enough that it's not going to bend or break. Obviously the harder, heavier metal is going to be more durable, but it's going to be heavier. The Lexan is going to be a little bit less durable, but it's going to be lighter. And it's also going to be cheaper. I bought this set right here for about $10 for both of these. So it's pretty cheap. I can use this as a blunt striking weapon, as I said, and I can hit somebody in the face, the head with this, cause a pretty good amount of damage when I use that. These are also used as prying weapons. The police used to use these, LAPD used these a long time ago as a way, as paying compliance, to make people do things that they wanted to do with these. The main thing that this can be used against, as far as self-defense tool in that aspect, is you can use this to strike the clavicle right here in a grappling situation. I can push into this. This will make Mike do what I want him to do. That's using it as a pressure point weapon. So this is what these were designed to do. A striking weapon and then a pressure point weapon.
I feel like this kind of naturally fits in a grappler's hand. And you kind of instinctively have an idea, if you've been grappling long enough, to kind of use one of these.
Sure. You can also use this to scratch somebody with, or scrape them with this in their face. And it's not going to be enough to stop the fight, but definitely switch it to your favor, because you are causing injuries or pain to the other person. The other way you can use these, you can reverse this. You can do that. You can strike with it openly like this. It comes on a keychain, and you can grip your keys, and you can use this and swing it. And you can strike somebody with this, or you can reverse it the other way, and you can hold on to the tool, which is what I would prefer. It allows you to keep it in your hand, use a striking weapon that way, and I can strike with my keys as well. Your keys are not going to be enough to seriously injure somebody, but definitely they would help deter something. They could cause scratches and abrasions with the keys if they're hit hard enough. The only issue that I have with using your keys to beat somebody with is, once we've stopped the attack and we want to get away, if my keys break or the keychain breaks and these come off,
you can't start your
car. It's really hard to start my car. So if you're going to do that, I suggest holding your keys in your hand, striking with the Kubotan itself. So just an option, quick little video. This is the Kubotan, that's what it does. These are pretty cheap, pretty easy to use. They don't take a ton of training. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you have a lot of training in the striking martial arts, Japanese ones especially, like karate as an example, they are masters at these. Very, very effective. But it's not hard to learn.
As a tool to get under the chin, to get to the choke.
Yeah, it can be used for a lot of ways. Your pressure point device.
Oh yeah,
striking
on your
device,
back, they stick it behind your ear. How do you like that?
Really effective.
I could torture you with this.
So, ladies, great tool. Other thing is, makes it easy for your keys to get out of your purse. This is easier to find than this. So, in your purse, so that's kind of nice. For me, this helps me find my keys, because this is easier to see than these, because I lose my keys every day. This helps with that. So, great little tool that's out there. It's a little quick video. So, like I said, for the ladies out there especially, Do not put your keys between your fingers. It won't work. It'll hurt your hand. And if that's what you're relying on is your keys to save your life, you're being unrealistic and you're really putting yourself in a bad situation. So go out, get yourself a keychain, self-defense Kubotan. Try that out. Seek some training. Go out and do something that's actually going to work. Do not believe all wives' tales. Find somebody in your area who knows how to teach self-defense and go get that training you need.
That's right, because self-defense is the greatest gift you can give yourself.
Absolutely. Take care of yourself, take care of your family.
That's right.
Alright, that's the video for the day. This is 13th Man, Rick Bigger,
Michael Goggles.
signing off for the day. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.